Hey Heather, I saw your post this morning and I thought that I would give you a quick little rundown on how to use TailWind. So when it comes to scheduling your own pins, you can do it a couple different ways. Um, if you go over here to the left-hand side and go down to Optimize Content, you can click on Pin Inspector. And then, sorry, my computer is a little slow this morning. So you can click on Pin Inspector, and this is going to show you your pins that are doing really well. Not all of them are going to be yours. Like this one is not mine. So what I do, if I'm repinning my own content, I'll click here where it says By Board, and then I will go to my main blog board. And now these are all pins that link to my blog. So here I can, pick out pins I want to schedule, and I can just click on Schedule Repin. And you can either schedule it right now, or you can save it as a draft. And I save mine as drafts only because when I am scheduling out pins, I like to organize them a little bit. So I would click Save as Draft. Now, I would go through and do that for however many pins. And then I'm going to go here where it says Drafts. And so any pin I saved as a draft is going to show up right here. Now I can schedule this. I'm going to click off this because I obviously don't want to repin it to my main board. And I can pin this to a group board. So let's find a group board, and I've already pinned it to that one, so I'm not going to pin it to that one. Okay, so I'm going to hit Add to Queue. And then what I do, so here's where my pin popped up. I just drag it and I move it to where I want. So how I schedule my pins is these are all my pins right here that link to my blog in some way. Some of them are affiliate pins that other people have created about my course. So I post those too, but these are all mine and they go to all my different group boards. These pins here are all pins that I pin to my niche specific boards. So about blogging and social media marketing. And so those pins go there. Now, when it comes to drafts, here you can schedule other people's pins, and put them on your board. So if I wanted to do this one, I would, that would go onto my board. And so the reason I do, sorry, I have a cold, so I kind of sound like a man. So the reason I do my pins first is because then I have them all where I want them to be, and then all I have to do is just fill up the rest with the other niche specific content that goes to my boards. Now you can also pin directly from your Pinterest account. So you can go here to your Pinterest account, and then you can schedule right from there. So again, I will go through and add my pins to, and I will save them as drafts. Again, you don't have to do it this way. You can schedule them right away. This is just the way that I do it. So I'll save it as a draft, save for later. And that way this pin is going to show up as a draft. And then I can move it to wherever I want to and schedule it out to my group boards. Now, so here's my pin that was saved as a draft, and I will put it on one of my group boards. Okay, let's see. So again, I'm going to move this pin to right here. So what I do is the 80-20 method. You don't have to follow that method. You kind of just really need to figure out what is working for your blog. So I do, 4 of other people's content, one of my pins to a group board. 4 of other people's content, one of my pins. So that's a strategy that I follow right now. Sometimes if things your views start dropping, or your website traffic starts dropping, you're going to want to change it up a little bit more, either by adding more pins, adding or removing time slots. So you can click here and you can, it'll show you suggested times that pins, you receive high engagement on your profile. So you can just simply click those time slots and add time slots. I'm not going to do that right now because what I'm doing right now is currently working. However, if it stops working, again, I'll either add more time slots or I'll up my count to like 70% other people's content, 30% mine. So I'll put more of my pins out there. Now, you don't always have to schedule out drafts via TailWind this way. You can though. Pins usually will pop up that pertain to, what you follow on your smart feed. But I just will click, pins on here too. So I'll find a pin, blog post planner, and I'll schedule it out. To one of my boards, and I'll hit add a queue now, and that way it's just going to automatically schedule it to a blank space. And then other content will pop up that's related. Now, you don't always have to pin this content, but because not all of them are, related. Sometimes the ones that pop up are related to what you're pinning. Sometimes they're not at all. So sometimes you look out and you can really like pin a lot of content from what pops up. So I can add that one, and I can add this one, and I can add this one. Okay, and then if I go to my TailWind and I refresh it, you're going to see that it fills up more spots here. So I hope this is making sense to you. I'm sorry if this is confusing. I just figured it would be easier to show you this way rather than trying to type all of this out and explain it. So again, ways to add your own pins. You can go to your optimized content. This is not working for me. Pin inspector. And then you can choose any of your content by board. So again, it doesn't have to be your, niche specific blogging board that links to your blog, but you can go to any of your boards here. Like these are all reviews on my course, so I'll add these. These are reviews that other people have made. They're affiliates for me, and so I'll pin out their pins too. So you can you can choose by board. You can even choose your group boards. And it's going to show you how well your pins. See, these are all the pins that I pinned to this group board. So, again, you can easily, so you can pin it that way, or you can pin it directly from your Pinterest account. So I hope that makes sense. Sorry if I'm a little all over the place because it's only 7 in the morning where I am, so I'm just getting up with my kids. But if you have any questions, just feel free to email me because I'm happy to help you out. So I hope that you have a good Wednesday.